In this video lesson, I'm going to talk about the 7 tips to growing a small trading account while doing it part-time. All right, everybody. So 7 tips to growing a small trading account while doing it part-time. So according to the latest Modern Trader report, over 50% of new traders deposit less than $500 in their first trading account. Now, I get this question all the time from my students or traders who are looking to become my student. They ask me, hey Jeff, how much money do we need to have in our account to start trading? Well, there's really no right or wrong answer, but most people think that they need a ton of money. So what I'm here to tell you, and again, according to this report, the Modern Trader report, over 50% of new traders deposit less than $500 in their trading account. All right, so trading a $500 account is different than trading a larger account. Obviously, we get that. Now, one of the reasons why is you need to really pay attention to your free margin. I don't know what broker you're with. I'm with Thinkorswim by TD Ameritrade. I'm not affiliated with them, but I'm always paying attention to my margin account, right? How much free space I have. And you may not understand that right now, but as you get into trading, you will. And okay, if you have a smaller account, I put right here, you're just going to need to be a little bit pickier with your setups. However, with the right mindset and risk management approach, you can still grow a tiny account into several thousands of dollars or more, okay? The key, with the right mindset and risk management approach, you can take that tiny account and you can still grow it to a large account, and I'm going to give you 7 tips on how you do that coming up. So, right here are my top 7 tips for growing a small trading account. Number 1, regularly add funds to your account. Now, I'm not saying that you have to add thousands and thousands and thousands of dollars regularly, but what I'm trying to say is if you make a little bit of extra money at your job, hey, put some into your trading account. If you get a bonus, hey, put some in your trading account. I don't know what part of the world you are as far as, tax refunds or stuff like that, but what you want to do is have a consistent routine to regularly add funds. One of the ways that I did it when I was starting out was I had set it up to where it was $250 every week, and again, this is just what I did, not recommending you do it, but $250 a week automatically get deposited into my TD Ameritrade account. Now, I have some traders that set it up to where $500 a month automatically gets put into their account. So that's one of the ways that you can regularly add funds is by setting it up on like an auto debit type of approach. Because if you have to rely on your, just you going back manually every month and adding funds, it can be tricky, right? What if you have an extra expense that came up that month? Maybe your washer broke, God forbid, or something happened and you're like, oh, I need to fix the car and it's going to cost me an extra $300, and then you don't add funds. So one of the things about regularly adding funds, you can do it with like an auto kind of a debit or ETF type of approach. That's what I did. Now, this little example right here, let me get my little drawing item. So $1,000. So let's say you started it with $1,000 and you get 20% a year. Now again, that is very possible. If you're following specific strategies that I talk about on this channel, that is very possible. And what I teach my students. But let's say you get $1,000 at 20% a year. Okay? At 20% a year. In 20 years, it's going to be $38,337.60. Okay, and again, these are just the numbers that I did kind of off the top of my head with the math. I mean, you can double check the math on your own. I'm not here to teach you math, but the concept is $1,000 at a 20% gain per year over a 20-year period can grow to 38 grand. Again, you do your math. Now, look at this. Let's take that same $1,000, 20% a year, but what we're going to do now is we're going to add an extra $1,000 a year. So every year, you're going to add an extra $1,000, assuming that you still get the 20%. Look at the difference. $262,000. And again, you can go do the math. I'm not a math wizard, but my point is this. If you started with 1,000 and you consistently grew that account, and you put $1,000 in 20 years, roughly 38 grand, give or take a little bit. And if you do that same, but you added an additional $1,000 a year, 262. Okay, in my case, I was adding money every week. Some of my students add money every month. But the whole idea, again, don't get caught up in all the math. Okay, just start the process. I need you guys to add funds regularly. Okay, if you have a small account. So that is number one. Let's go ahead and dive into number two. All right, gain live trading experience. Okay, so look, everybody should start out with a demo account. And lots of brokers, and again, I'm not recommending any broker, but they have a demo paper money account. It's great to start trading in a paper money account to get your skills down right, get used to seeing the market, practicing your specific setup. But, there's a but. But the sooner you move to live trading, the better. Because once you move into live trading, the emotions that you're going to go through, which you might not go through with your demo trading, are going to start to come into full effect. And if you're going to grow this account, then gaining live experience is very important. And again, I'm not saying don't demo trade. The only thing I'm saying is don't demo trade forever. When you're comfortable with the strategy, with an approach that you use, it is critical. It is critical that you start gaining live screen time, right? We have a small account, $500, $1,000. We need to get in the game. So practice your setups for a little bit, in paper money, demo money. So I tell my traders, but the sooner you can move to the live trading environment and start testing out your emotions, the faster you're going to be able to grow your trading account. Again, obvious stuff, but it's important. I don't want you guys to paper trade for years and years and years. We got to gain live trading experience. Now, number three, trade higher time frames. Look, you got a small account, right? We're trying to grow the small account. I don't need you messing around with the 5-minute, 15-minute, 30-minute chart. Okay? First of all, it's too emotional. But second, it's going to be difficult because the odds are already against you because of the noise, right? There's so many candles, right, bouncing up and down on those smaller time frames. It's going to be hard for you to grow that small account. So trading the higher time frame is huge. Now that higher time frame might be a 4-hour chart daily. Okay, now I'm not saying trade the weekly, but one of my favorite time frames to trade is the daily time frame. Especially if you're doing it part-time. You don't have time during the day to be staring at the screen. So trading on the daily time frame removes a lot of the noise and it becomes clearer, right? And easier, yes, easier for you to grow your account regularly. I'm not saying don't trade the smaller time frames. The only thing I'm saying is if you got a tiny account or a smaller account, you're trying to grow it, focusing on the bigger picture, the higher time frames is going to remove a lot of the noise, and trust me when I say this, it's going to help you grow that small account faster. That is number three. Number four, don't overtrade. This is a trap, right? We're talking about growing our account. So what I teach my students all the time is to trade like a sniper, not a machine gunner. What do I mean by that? Well, machine gun, if I had a machine gun, I'm just spraying bullets all over the place, right? Taking setups, trade. Snipers, they wait, right? They're kind of waiting in the bushes for that perfect shot. So when I say don't overtrade means exactly that. Don't feel like you've got to be in the market every second, especially if you're doing this part-time. If you're working during the day, how are you going to be able to stare at the screen, right? Staring at the screen too much there's a tendency to overtrade, especially when you're new. When you're a more skilled and veteran trader, it's a little bit easier, even though we still have those emotions. I get those emotions every day. My students get those emotions every day. But what I want you to do is don't overtrade. This is going, again, bigger time frames, not over trading is going to help you grow that small account. That's very important. Trade like a sniper, not a machine gunner, because it will eat you up. Number 5, trade more markets, okay? Diversification. Now, I'm not talking about like Warren Buffett says diversification is a hedge for idiots. Well, he's a different type of trader. He's not even a trader. He's more of an investor, right? So trade more markets. You know, maybe the options market. There's also the foreign exchange market, right? The Forex market. You can get in there and put a little bit of money to the Forex market and you're diversifying. And so that way, if you don't see any option setups, you're not trading the option, maybe you're in a Forex market, okay? If not the Forex, maybe the crypto market. Because with the cryptocurrency market, I mean, you can trade with, I don't know, $50, $100, very small amount. So trade more markets, become proficient in not only the options, but the Forex, as well as the crypto. And I'm gonna let you in on a little bit of secret. The crypto market is the easiest market to trade of the whole bunch, if you know what you're doing, okay? I teach crypto trading all the time and a little bit to that, but I just want you right now, if you're trying to grow a small account, maybe don't put all your eggs into the options market, okay? Diversify your markets, foreign exchange market, and a cryptocurrency market. Get a little bit of exposure to these. And also, by doing that, you're going to start to understand the correlations between the different markets. And it's going to ultimately make you a better trader. All right? So trade more markets. Systemize your approach. Okay, number 6. So trade only high probability setups. Once you've practiced for a little bit in paper money and then moved over to live trading, right, to gain that experience, I want you to focus on high probability setups. High probability. In my last video, I talked about the setups that I trade, right, bull flag, bear flag, squeeze trades, breakouts, stuff like that. But I want you, if you're going to be growing a small account, you need to focus on a high probability setup that gives you an edge. High probability setup. Okay, I'm always telling my students to master one setup, become proficient at that first, and then move on. But I need you to master a high probability setup because you've got a small trading account. You got to focus, okay? Now, systemizing your approaches could mean also scanners, right? You know, I have different scans looking for different setups. So whatever setup you choose, you can create a scan that looks for that setup. And if the scan doesn't deliver any stocks that match your criteria, guess what? We don't trade. We don't trade because we're a sniper. We don't need to just keep sprinkling trades every second of the day. But using scanners, looking for specific setups, it's going to help you. It's going to help you. And also, guys, if you comment below in the chat, and this is not in the thing, but if you comment right now, I know you're watching it, hashtag scanner, in the comments section, hashtag scanner, I'll send you one of my top scans when I look for squeeze trades. So it's not going to be in the description, but you watching right now, that tells me number 1 is you're serious, hashtag scanner. And I will send you my top squeeze trading scan. Okay? And C, do homework on the weekends. Guys, I know it's the weekend, right? And you're like, oh, it's the weekend, I've traded all week. Whoa, take a step back. That's the best time. The market's closed. You can think more clear, right? The market's not bouncing up and down. And if you have a full-time job, that's the perfect time because you're probably not at your regular job. And so you can use the weekends as a time to do your homework on different ways to systemize your approach better. Trading journals, right? Going over your trading plan, testing out your results, improving the results, analyzing what I did and what I didn't do. Do your homework on the weekend. Work on your routine. That's how you're going to get better, okay? And if you have a small account, you've got to do this stuff. All 6 of these are so important. Now, number 7, maybe the most important of all is to have patience. Guys, it's a $500 account. You're not going to become a millionaire by Friday. It doesn't work like that. Trading is a skill. You've got to master this skill like any other skill. Have the patience. There are no shortcuts, okay? This is a process. I tell my students, you're talking about a 3 to 5 year process. Now, I'm not saying you're not going to make money until 3 to 5 years. I'm just saying before you become to where you've got it, right? You've reached that mastery level, 3 to 5 years. It took me seven before I figured it out, right? I was just sprinkling stuff everywhere. I didn't have the specific guidance. I had programs and mentors, but it cost so much money, I could only do what I did, right? And so I had to take it at a different pace. So another way to have patience is let your winning trades run and cut your losing trades. Patience to when you're in a trade, you only have $500, right? We've got to let our winners run. We're trying to get 20% a year. Let our winners run, and that might be let your winners run until the trend change. It might be let your winners run until it hits the target, depending on whether you're a short-term trader or an intermediate trader. Cut your losing trades. Guys, we have $500. If the trade goes against us, we got to get rid of it. This is also one of the reasons why having a trading plan, and I think you'll see down below my bullish breakout trading plan that I'm going to give you for free if you just click the link. But we've got to cut our losses. We have $500. One big loss will destroy our account, and we can't have that. We've got to be a sniper. We've got to be proficient in what we do. And then let time be your friend, right? There's no shortcuts. Let time be your friend. Allow yourself to graduate. Remember that slide in the beginning? $1,000 for, making just 20% over 20 years, I believe. It was like 30-something thousand. And then if you just added an additional 1,000 per year, did you see the way it compounded? Was it the eighth wonder of the world is compound interest, right? So let time be your friend. Don't get discouraged because you're not a millionaire again by Friday. Have the patience. This is very important to you growing your trading account. So let's recap the 7 tips for growing a small account. 1, regularly add funds to your account. You must do that. 2, gain live trade experience. I'm not saying don't demo trade, but the sooner you jump into live trading and get those emotions, the real world emotions with your money on the line, the better off you're going to be. Trade higher time frames, especially if you have a job right now. We're talking about doing this part-time. Don't overtrade. Don't overtrade. Don't overtrade. Yes, I said that 3 times on purpose. I need you to focus. Sniper, not a machine gunner. Trade more markets, right? Diversify into the Forex market, the cryptocurrency market. I love those markets. And then systemize your approach. And then patience, right? Patience. Let's do what we got to do. This is not an overnight get-rich-quick scheme. You're not going to be a millionaire by Friday like many YouTubers, right? I made $1 million. Bull crap. It's a process. If you'd like to learn more about trading options, I encourage you to check out my Options Elite Masterclass and all the bonuses that I'm giving away this month, like my TTM Squeeze course for free, plus that Forecast Pro indicator. I'm giving that away free this month to anybody who gets my Options Elite Masterclass. So check down below in the description if that interests you. Now, if you like the TTM Squeeze Pro indicator,